I don't do this very often, but I'm going to rant, and it's going to be stupid and ridiculous, but I feel like it needs to be said. Um, I absolutely hate the way that we women feel like we need to be size zeros or skinny or tiny to be beautiful. And I'm saying this because, I'm I'm guilty of it too. I'm completely 100% guilty of it, but this is sort of stemming from a lot of things. It's just like I'm sick of people looking at me and saying, you need to lose weight, or oh, you could stand to lose a couple pounds, or oh, you don't look as pretty as so and so, or oh my gosh, I wish I could be like, a size zero, and I wish I could be that skinny and that pretty. A lot of this is also the fact that I'm trying to be healthy, and being trying to be healthy in a country where I really have no control over the food that I eat because I have to eat what they feed me. And also from the fact that I am using an app to sort of track what I eat and to see where I can be healthier and stuff. And it's telling me that I'm 1,000 calories over my budget for the week. And I'm sorry, but telling me that I can only eat 1,300 calories per week is sort of ridiculous. I mean, granted that I have been eating pizza for like the past 3 nights, which probably is not good and probably where all those calories are coming from, but who dictated that size zero is beautiful? I mean, seriously, who said that you have to weigh 100 pounds to be gorgeous? And you can look, I'm sort of built exactly like one of my friends, and she was complaining that she feels fat because she's gained 5 pounds and now weighs 130 pounds. I don't know if you know anything about me, but I weigh a lot more than that. A lot more. And yeah, maybe it's because I danced and because muscle weighs more than fat or whatever, but I hate that women are defined by their weight and by their dress size. And I don't understand why sizes are the way they are anyways, because I have a pair of pants that are size 6 and they are so loose on me I could probably wear a 4 in those pants. Conversely, I have a dress that's a size 14 and is a little snug. I mean, why can't we just all go off of measurements and just be done with it? I mean, we now live in a society where women are judged about how they look, not how they act or how they think or what they have to say. If you're not pretty, society says you don't get noticed and nobody will listen to you. And I think that's a load of crap, honestly. Because, I'm never, ever going to be a size 0. I'll probably never be a size 2 or 4, probably either. I'm not going to tell you what size I am, but I will probably never reach that. Unless I starve myself. And if you have to starve yourself to get to a 0, what is that saying about society? And what is that saying about what pressures we're putting on girls? I mean, 12-year-old girls are suffering from eating disorders and are anorexic and are bulimic, and I don't want, if I ever have a daughter, I never want my daughter to do that. I mean, because nobody is ever built the same. I know people who are tiny enough and have huge metabolisms and eat a lot and are size 0s. And I know people who don't eat a lot and can't eat a lot, and they're like in the 16s. And it depends on your body, just the way it is. I mean, sometimes you can't change it. I've been the same weight since probably 7th grade, fluctuating about give or take 10 pounds, but I mean, I know that that's my weight and that's probably my benchmark and I shouldn't go over that. And if I do, then yeah, there's a problem. And I know that I'm big boned. I mean, if you know me, I have pretty hefty shoulders. But I just hate it. I hate the fact that I'm freaking out about my weight and like trying to eat right and exercise, and then some stupid calorie counter says that I'm 1,000 calories over my budget. So what am I supposed to do? Not eat for a day to be on track? I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, not trying to put, not saying that eating disorders are ridiculous. I mean, I feel like the cause of eating disorders are ridiculous because society tells us that that we as women need to be beautiful, and to be beautiful we have to be a certain way and look a certain way and weigh a certain amount. And I'm sorry I'm about to cuss, but that's a crock of shit. I mean, everyone is beautiful, no matter what they look like or what they wear or what they eat. If your weight is to the point where it's a health problem, then there's an issue. But otherwise, I don't feel it's an issue. If you want a cheeseburger, eat a cheeseburger. If you want a salad, eat a salad. I mean, this isn't going to change anything, but we are society. I mean, we are also our own problems. I mean, I myself, I know I'm my own problem with it. And, you know, I know I probably could stand to lose a couple pounds. I mean, I'm not blind to my own way that I look, but I also know that a lot of it is just my metabolism and how I work and how I was made. And so I never want my daughter to not feel beautiful because of how she looks and because of what she weighs. And I don't want any of my friends to feel like that either. It's just, we live in a world where we're judged first on how we look and then on everything else. And if you don't look a certain way, or if you do look a certain way, you are treated a certain way. And that's just not acceptable to me. I'd much rather get to know somebody first and not judge on how they look. Because honestly, you could be the prettiest girl in the room and be a total bitch. And you could be a size 0 and not be a nice person. Or not have goals, or your life goal is to be a size 0. And I'm not trying to be mean and not trying to say that eating disorders aren't, like, you shouldn't, like, if you have an eating disorder, you should be ashamed of it. I mean, if you have an eating disorder, you need to talk to somebody. You need to help, because you are beautiful no matter what you wear, no matter what size dress you wear, no matter what you look like, and no matter who you are. And I feel like we need to communicate that more to girls as they're growing up, and to even women today, even to my generation too, because I know we suffer from it. I mean, I had girls in high school who fainted because they didn't eat for days on end. And you know, it's ridiculous. And if there's a problem that needs to be addressed, I feel like this is one of the major ones among many that we of course do have. But until people stop focusing on looking like the models who don't eat anything, and once companies stop hiring models who don't eat and are this big, and stop making the skinnies an image that all girls need to aspire to, nothing's gonna change. I mean, show me a girl who hasn't once looked in the mirror and thought she was too fat or too ugly or not pretty enough or not whatever, or wanted to squeeze into a smaller pant size. Show me a girl who didn't have that and I'll give you $1,000. I don't have $1,000. I mean, that's how much our whole society and a lot of women struggle with, and I want to figure out how to change that. And this whole thing started because I'm trying to be healthy and trying to eat right and trying to exercise, and this stupid app is telling me I'm 1,000 calories over. I'm sorry if it thinks that, but I'm gonna eat. Okay, if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat something. And I know that's not always necessarily a good thing, and it's not always the healthiest thing, but you know, I'd much rather know that I've had too much to eat than not have enough. And maybe that's just me, and maybe that's just a weird thing that I have, but I want everyone to know that they are beautiful and that your dress size does not define you. What defines you is your character and who you are as a person and who you are as a human being. Looks and dress size don't matter, ever. And to me, and meeting the people around me, I'm not going to judge you on how much you weigh or how much money you have or anything ridiculous like that. I'm going to judge you on your character and judge you on who you are as a person. And I feel like we as a society need to do that instead of worrying about who has the latest trends on or who's gained weight. You know, it's just your character is more important than your dress size. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way life should be, and it's not always like that, and it's not fair, but if you come to me and you're a size 30, but you're working to lose weight because of health reasons and because you want to extend your life, and you're a great person, that's all I'll care about, is who you are as a person, not what you look like. That's just the way it is.